Hi everybody, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and in today's video we are building a jungle themed entry for this Animal Crossing island. I do a lot of different theme building, and on today's video I'm just exploring with the jungle theme a little bit. I had an itch today to start a jungle island, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it yet, so let me know in the comment section if y'all would like to see some more builds on this. Now if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you hit that subscribe and like button and stick around. I do a lot of different theme building and aesthetics. My goal as a creator is to make as many themes as possible, so if you want to feed into my Animal Crossing addiction, then definitely stick around. So if you are new to my channel, you'll notice my camera is really zoomed out. This is because I have an unpatched console running custom firmware, so I have a mod on that captures way more of the Animal Crossing screen than is supposed to be captured. So you're going to see a lot of that void in the back of my screen is completely normal with this kind of mod. So if you're interested in learning more about modding, I would definitely recommend checking out two of my favorite creators on YouTube called Clutch Gaming and Iggy Curates. They both do a lot of intense modding and they are seriously goals for me. But we are going to be doing a completely legal and easy tutorial today. So again, I hope that this video helps anybody who is lacking some inspiration or just needs some inspiration to get their entry started or another entry area on their island in general. I always hit blocks on islands. If you follow my Instagram, you will see me changing my theme probably every week because I get so stuck on themes. So trust me, you are not alone. Even as a creator, I feel this on all of my Animal Crossing islands. Now my content also offers more than just Animal Crossing. I know my channel doesn't show it yet, but in the future I'm wanting to share other games as well. So I really do hope that y'all enjoy this build, but also stick around for my future builds as well and future content. One of my biggest advices when starting a natural island is to collect as many shrubs as possible. Trust me, you're gonna want these if you want your island to feel as lush and natural as it can get. So I'm using every single shrub in the game right now for this particular build, but I do the same method on my forest core as well. So if you visit Twin Falls, you're going to notice that I've clustered a lot of shrubs in between the trees, and this really does fill in the island more and makes it feel a lot more full as opposed to just placing maybe a tree and a flower. If you like any of the codes that we used today on this build, majority of them are already in my Instagram highlights, which is linked below. Now, there is some new codes that I haven't put into my Instagram yet, just because I'm not sure if I'm going to continue a jungle core yet. So really, y'all's feedback does help me determine what builds to release. I try to do as many themes as possible because I know not everyone has the same taste, but all of my goals as a creator is to just theme build as many different creations as possible for people to get inspo from and to visit, etc. So if you do want to see me create an actual jungle themed island, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and if it gets enough feedback, I'll definitely be starting one. So if you're a regular follower, you already know this information, but if you're a new follower or just somebody stopping by, I totally wing all of my builds. I never have a plan, and I do this because it allows me to be more creative. I don't feel as stumped as if I was legit planning it. Now I know this is not realistic for everybody, but for me it just makes a build way more fun when I go into it without having a set plan or idea, because sometimes our plans don't always work. And when you don't have a plan, it just allows you to be a lot more creative and just, go with the flow sort of a deal. Again, I know this is not realistic for everybody, but this is usually what works for me. And I get asked this a lot, so hopefully this information kind of helps anybody who's been curious about where my theme building comes from or how I do any of my builds. So yeah, if you visited all my old DAs or you just now are going to start to visit my islands, all of these are completely unplanned. Now, a certain thing can inspire a build, like a video game or a real life place. For this particular build today, I'm really inspired by the Amazon River right now, and I've been watching a lot of documentaries today on the Amazon for some reason. It's been one of those days I've gone down the YouTube hole, so I've been watching like National Geographic videos, and so that's kind of like made me wanting to build this tropical or jungle core themed entry today. I think my biggest advice with terraforming in general is, like, for example, on today, I'm using a real life place to help inspire how rivers are going to look and how my waterfalls are going to look. So if you were doing a tropical island, definitely recommend looking into real life rainforests or jungles that are really lush to kind of like get your inspo going. If you're doing a forest core, think of things like the mountains or lush places in the world that are very overgrown if you're wanting to go for the lush natural look that I usually do on all of my natural builds. That usually helps me determine how I want my water to look and how real life places look, so I can kind of recreate them on Animal Crossing. So I'm now just gonna go in this area and fill in with some more dirt path and then fill in with more shrubs and trees. So yes, you're gonna see me use a ton of shrubs as mentioned earlier. It just really fills in the areas more. But also, if you're going for a lush natural look like this on any sort of theme, the same method works again for forest core. You're gonna wanna stock up on these. So make sure you either visit my Discord linked below, because we have a treasure island that is full of all these natural decor items and trees and shrubs, etc. Or make sure you're stocking up from Leaf when he visits your island. So you're gonna see me planting fruit by these trees that aren't fully grown, and this actually does stop the growth of a tree at any stage. So if you're wanting to do different levels, which I highly suggest for any natural, whether it's tropical or forest core, this really adds dimension to your builds and makes it feel very realistic. So make sure you're stocked up on all your fruit, and you just plant them on any side of the tree. It doesn't matter where you plant them as long as it's next to the tree's base. Now, I love to show the planted fruit stem on all of my builds because it really does add to the vegetation, but if you are somebody who doesn't want to see that, just plant it directly behind it. So I was originally going to place a cocoa tree to kind of add more dimension on that edge, but then I realized it would probably look better if I expanded this out just a little bit. Keep in mind that the back sides of this terraform is not going to be finished, so if you're recreating this, I would definitely suggest adding an incline or, filling it out more and expanding it until it fits your desired location. But I'm just gonna go ahead and expand this out a tad more so I can fill in with more greenery. Now, I love to do this, especially on tropical themed islands, by making this little miniature island in between terraform. You'll see this on pretty much all of my natural islands, that I love to do this specific design. I guess maybe it's my signature design on my islands, I don't know. But anyways, especially for tropical themes, I love making these little miniature islands and just filling them in with foliage. So now I'm working back towards the entry some more, and I'm going to expand the terraform out just a tad and then fill in with some greenery. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do on the opposite side of this terraform quite yet. Then again, this is also just a regular random build for y'all, but if I was to keep this for a tropical build for everyone to visit via DA, I will probably expand that out and make an incline leading up to it eventually. So I went ahead and filled in some spots with some trees and foliage, and now I'm just going to place this snail model real fast and also fix some flowers that I ran over and also expand this path out just a little bit more. Definitely let me know in the comment section if y'all want to see more jungle core builds and also want to see a future DA for a dream address on a jungle theme. Your feedback really does help me determine what builds to release. But anyways, this is the finished look. It's very lush and green. I'm just a huge fan of overgrown islands, so I hope that this brings some inspiration for anyone else struggling. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a new video.